Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Bola Abioye, and first of all, if you're watching this, thank you for your love on my last video, where I talked about like my mini-sode of quarter life crisis and what I'm doing to get through it. And today's video is a sequel to that video, so if you haven't watched it, check that video out where I shared my experience, and I found that many people said it was really helpful to them, sharing my mini sort of quarter life crisis and explaining that if there's anyone going through anything similar, these are like the kind of steps I was taking or I am taking to get through it, or that's what I did then. Okay, so moving forward today, I'll be talking about how to get through a difficult time, that is how to bounce back from anything at all in life. Okay, and without further ado, let's get right into it. So we know how life can be. I feel like even if like everything is going on fine in your life, it could just be that, oh, everything is going fine, you're just having peace, and all of a sudden something happens, like people lose loved ones, or you have a problem with your car, when everything, have you seen those jokes about how everything is going fine in life and all of a sudden like your car decides to like show warning sign, and then you have this problem to fix, or someone breaks up with you, or you have a friendship breakup, or anything could really happen in life. People lose their jobs, all sorts of things. Okay, and this is not to like make light of any situation, saying one is bigger than the other. To be fair, some situations are bigger than the other, so whatever I say in this video, you definitely have to apply it in a way that works for your own situation. I can only talk based on my experience, but these are things that have personally helped me to get through like some difficult parts of like life, or setbacks and like things that I've faced in life generally. Okay, so let's get right into it. And the first thing which I'd like to say is a good way to get through anything at all in life is to stop talking about the things or the person involved in like whatever you're trying to get over. So I would direct this specifically to like losing a loved one, a heartbreak, or friendship breakup, or things like that. When it's, and you can apply it to whatever situation you're going through, so as it applies, of course. So whatever you're going through, if it has to do with like people, you need to stop constantly talking about whatever those people or those things, whatever they gave you while they were in your life, or whatever they sort of like provided. See, like I've personally gone through like death of a loved one, and what I can tell you is that even after you've mourned them and everything, there's that tendency to keep talking and all that, and like keep looking at their pictures. Guess what? Like it would drench you in that like pit of worry, and like the deeper you go, the deeper you keep going. I feel like even if you lose a loved one, after you've like cried, for sure, like you mourn and all that, you need to give yourself a period where you have a break from talking about that person from a place of pain, and like now go into a place where you're talking about them like from memories. Like you just need to have that brief period of rest. So in that case, of course, applying nuance and all that, but talk about them and like mourn and everything like that. No one can really tell you how to grieve, but what I'm just saying is that having that period of not talking about someone that you've lost or something that you've lost is very healthy to move on. And the way I see it, or the way this has like worked out, especially for me, or the easiest way to see it really, is you're paying a subscription fee for a service you're not using. Okay, so you're paying a subscription fee for a service you're not using. And okay, to make that make sense, imagine you broke up with an ex, or you had this best friend in your life that was everything to you, or you had this person or this thing in your life that was everything to you. Like people take up energy, right? Have you ever gone out with friends, no matter how much you love them, when you come back, if you're more like an ambivert, except in cases of extroverts where they don't mind being like out there 24/7, if you're like an ambivert, you could be really tired after spending time with friends, and you just want to like be with yourself for the time being. Yes, that's because people take energy from you, people, your loved ones. Even like sometimes they're like certain things you have that just give you a certain energy. Imagine having like a luxury piece of something that got stolen, like whatever that thing brought to you, which could be like this form of prestige or something that thing brought to you, is a form of energy as well. So like if you keep talking about those things like they still exist in your life, guess what? They're taking up energy and you're not allowing for like new things to come into your life. So let's use people for instance. Let's say you had this person in your life, husband, I don't know, partner, whatever, or friend that did nice things for you, and you keep like making reference to them. I've had this situation myself where I keep making reference to people that were in my life before, and these things are taking up energy. And I was even looking around to see that, hey, there are new people here now. There are new people that are actually present in my life. So paying a subscription fee, that's why I say it's like paying a subscription fee for something you're not using. So you're not using the service, but it's just taking up your money. Have you been in that situation before where you're like, hold on, what's happening to my money? What's draining my money? So, and then you just go and check like your Apple subscription lists, or you just check like your bank account and you realize like you're paying for so much like subscription stuff that you're not actually using. So you subscribe to lots of stuff you're not using. So in that same way, your energy, you're giving energy to people or things from your past, and you're not allowing for the new things around you, the new people around you. You're not experiencing them. So you could literally like go through a place, go through a workplace, go through a friendship group without actually experiencing people, because the old people that were in your life, they've sapped off all your energy, and like you're just pouring that into like thoughts from the past. And that way you're even traveling very heavy in life, because like you're trying to drag along people that are no longer in your life through your energy. And like, you know, in your mind, you're constantly there. You wake up in the morning, think about them, and you keep like dwelling in regrets. It is stressful. And so you're using all your energy to pull all these people and things and all sorts of things that don't exist in your life anymore. Obviously, in the case of grief, no one can tell you how to grieve, but having that period where you like clean up some memories for some time so you could like move on in life, and then you can come back to it. Obviously with grief, it's hard to even forget people, yeah, but it's nice to have, after your mourning period, it's nice to have that bit of a break where you just let things like clear out, and then you can think of like moving forward in life. And that way you don't like lose on like jobs, and you know, you don't lose on other opportunities and like people, jobs, people, friendships, places, things. Like you don't lose on other things. You are actually able to move on. In the future you could go back to, you know, talk about them. And with grief, really, people never really leave your mind, but at some point you must be ready to like let go of certain memories and certain things, and just like make room for like the new, like out with the old and in with the new. Literally, like you need to do that. Even if it's like a job opportunity that you lost, at some point you need to be ready to like part with that opportunity and say, you know what is meant for me would stay, and what's not meant for me would go. And you need to be actually fine with that. So that actually needs to happen for you to be able to like move on and get through anything in life. And that is my number one thing to definitely do. Okay, and the second thing that you need to do to get through anything in life, or to be ready to like bounce back from anything in life, is to be present. And it links to the first one really, because you need to be present, and the only way to be present is if you get rid of things that are sapping your energy from the past. So you need to be present. You need to look around you. Usually there are opportunities around you that you're not seeing because you're so trapped in the past. So look around you, look at the places, look at the people, look at how far you've come in life, and you just need to be like grateful for your present moments. Like even if it's not like everything you want, you need to like really be grateful and be present with the people and things around you. That is really the only way to move forward. How do you want to like, you know, be happy if you're just like dwelling on like past memories? So you need to be here. Whatever you've lost in the past, whatever you've you know, you need to bounce back from, like that is kind of gone, and you need to like be accepting of that and be willing to accept the people here now. Because what's going to happen is you're going to create a cycle of like losing things, losing people, and not appreciating them while they were there. So like be present, appreciate people and things that are here now, so that way, like, you know, if they're ever gone, you know you've had like the best time with them, you know you've had like the best experiences, you know you didn't just like leave that thing to like waste. Do you know what I mean? Like what, just use this in whatever way applies to you. Whatever it is, whatever situation you're in, you need to be present. And like that is the only way to like really stay happy and grateful for the moment. And you know what gratitude does? It makes you like happier, and it just improves the quality of your life. But how can you be even grateful for anything if you won't look around, if you're just stuck in your past or stuck in whatever? So yeah, you really need to do that. And that is something that's personally helped me. So I'm not just saying this because I googled them up or something. These are things that have actively helped me to like be happier and to like just be able to like shed some weight and, you know, move forward from things in life, deal through difficult times, bounce back from things. And trust me, there have been like really difficult times. Okay, so the third one that I'd like to bring up is upgrade a part of your life that kind of changes your identity. Like to upgrade something you always want to do. You know what they say, energy, and I really wanted to say this in my last video, how to deal with quarter life crisis. I'll leave the link up there. Definitely check it out because some of these things will make more sense if you watch that video. Okay, and again, do not forget to like this video and hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. I also do videos on lifestyle, travel, and just generally, like, you know, I'm a girl in my mid-20s trying to live life. So if you think some of my content resonates with you, please subscribe to my channel and you'll be seeing more of me. Okay, so like I said, upgrade a part of your life that changes your identity. So you know what they say, energy actually is a physics law. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed, but it can be transferred from one form to another. So energy, right, like whenever you lose something, there's an energy around that, like energy of loss, and like maybe it's something you lost, right? So that's a minus from your life, right? So there could be a sort of like vacuum or whatever, and the best way I've found to like get through things like that is definitely to pour that into something else in your life. So like upgrading a part of your life, I think, is the best way, because there's no losing that way. Like picking a part of your life and saying, you know what, all that sadness, all that sorrow, because it would exist, like you'll be sad, you'll be angry, whatever, upset, you need to like pour that energy somewhere. And I don't believe in like using like drugs or sex or alcohol, whatever, to get through like bad things in life. You need to like use a healthy medium, or to come back to bite you. Do you know what I mean? So like it's just best to like do it in a healthy way, and the only healthy way I can see is like picking a part of your life and pouring all that energy into it, because there's no losing that way. So whatever it is, you want to start a business, you want to dress better, you want to get better at your makeup, I don't know, pour in all that energy. Obviously makeup for ladies, or I don't know, some guys do makeup, so just like pour all that energy into that thing and like, you know, really push that thing, pour all your energy there. That is really the only way. And again, doing that, upgrading that part of your life could give you like a new identity. So having a new identity is just like really powerful, because someone said, like, I don't know, if someone once told me that if something hurts you, or if you're lingering experiences from your past, that means you need to make new memories, right? So like there are some people probably in your life that, or things or whatever, that you may look back and say, okay, I can't be with these people anymore, because who I am now and who I was when I knew these people are like two different people. And that only happens if you upgrade a part of your life. So an easy way to do it is upgrade a part of your life that actually makes it such that if they ever come back, like they would have to work to meet you where you're. Upgrading your life is about becoming a different person, such that you're not that person that lost that thing anymore. So you're not that person anymore, so that way it's easier to move on, because you're not even that person that lost that thing. You're a different person, so from that person that lost that thing. So becoming a different person from the person that lost that thing is a huge deal, because you just changed. If you're not that person anymore, then it doesn't get to you as much. For instance, things that probably hurt you when you were like, I don't know, you had less money, or less of a social life, that sort of thing. The way it hurt you then, when you had less of those things, versus how it hurts you maybe years down the line where you have more money, or you have like more social acumen or whatever, it's just different. So that is the whole thing about upgrading your life, because it's always a win-win in the end. Okay. Okay, so the fourth thing is to actually accept what you can't change. Okay, and as an overachiever, accepting seems like defeat, but sometimes it's winning. Trust me, sometimes it's winning. Accepting what you can't change is a process in itself, and in case of grief, I know it's an entirely long process. Definitely check out the stages of grief if you don't know what that is, but acceptance is such a big deal. Sometimes the biggest way to win is actually to accept. Yeah, and I know it sounds counterintuitive, but it's actually the truth. Like, the power in accepting things, oh my God, I think I learned that from one of my friends, where I'll be like, oh my God, you just did that, you're a bad person. And she's going to go, yeah, I'm a bad person. Yeah. And that way, how do you argue with someone that's already accepting what you're saying? There's no argument there anymore, is there? And that way, she conserves her own energy because she didn't want to argue in the first place. So she's going to accept whatever you say. And that is so powerful, being able to accept it and just like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Trust me, try it today. Try it. Start with the simplest things. Start it when someone starts to argue with you. Just go, yeah, you're right. Or when someone says something that's contradictory about you, but you just feel like, I don't really have the energy to argue about this, just accept it. Yeah, you're right. Like, I think that could be one of the most hurtful things for people sometimes, when you just accept what they're saying. So definitely try that out. Accepting is such a superpower that we don't talk about. It is, trust me. When you try it, you know exactly what I mean. So just accepting things, and just letting things be, and just being like, you know what? It's kind of fine. It is fine, actually. And because the thing about life is, I'm a physiotherapist, and one thing we see when there's a disease process or like there's a trauma to the body is that inflammation happens. Inflammation, swelling, in terms of like inflammation, swelling is part of inflammation, but inflammation is basically a trauma response by the body to protect you, right? So we have that trauma response where something has happened, and, you know, in terms of feelings, maybe like you're feeling a type of way. So in that sense, like just using inflammation as an analogy. So if there's inflammation, like that part of the body will be swollen, right? And then you are trying to move against like somewhere with inflammation, it's harder. So as physios, we try to make sure that people get rid of like inflammation first as soon as possible, so they can move that part of their body better. So not accepting things is kind of like your body is inflamed, like, so you're fighting against resistance. So even if you try to move on in life without accepting what that has happened, you're moving on with so much resistance. Just the same way, if someone is trying to push against an inflamed part of the body, like if there's an inflammation at a joint or close to a joint rather, and you're trying to like move the joint, it would be so much more difficult than without inflammation. So you're moving against lots of resistance. So you don't want a situation whereby you're moving against less resistance in life. So you need to like take account of what's happened and just like accept it. Otherwise, you'll be pushing against so much resistance in life because you're carrying so much on your mind. You haven't sorted out whatever has happened. You need to accept it. You need to relax. You need to rest. Just think about like the argument scenario where someone is trying to paint another person as a bad person. The person says, you know what, you're right. It's going to be more hurtful to the person that even tried to paint them as a bad person in the first place, because this person is not even arguing with me. They're conserving their energy, and that is exactly what you need to do. Accepting is such a superpower. Try accepting today. Okay? And the last one, if you've done all these things, is basically to go ahead and leave. And I mentioned this again in my last video, so do also check that out. And by the way, do not forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel, like I said earlier. Okay, so last one is live. Okay, make plans with yourself and live. And make plans by, you know, you could book a massage, you could book a pedicure session, whatever makes you happy really, and just make plans with yourself. It makes things so much easier. Think, what am I doing today? What am I doing tomorrow? Like, just make sure you're living. Don't, you know, wait for anyone. Make plans with yourself and just live. Honestly, that is such a superpower, because people will be so drawn to you when you just go about like living your life unapologetically. So make plans with yourself, like every day. Think of, oh, what am I going to do? Because in the end, many of us stay here and we're just like working to achieve things, but we're not actually living life. Your life is what you do outside work. Okay, I don't like people that make their work their entire identity. And I think in my earlier 20s, when I first qualified as a physio, that was kind of, and I was like, no, I don't want my work to be my identity. Like, someone asks, who are you? And the first thing is like, oh, I'm a doctor. Like, it's so boring. Like, what are you? What makes you happy? What do you do outside of work? And I think for some months now, I haven't like been doing too much, but so I'm back to living. Okay, your girl is up. So make plans with yourself and just live, and just like be happy. You get to live in the first place, whatever that means to you. So make plans with yourself and live. I hope you've gained something from this video. Do not forget to give me a thumbs up. If you have a friend going through something, trying to deal with a difficult time, trying to get through a difficult time, or trying to bounce back from something in life, definitely ask them to check out this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment if any of this resonates with you. And again, my name is Bola Abiyoye. You can call me B if you like. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.